everybody. So sorry for our tardiness. It's entirely my fault. I did put up a little note on the message thing on the Tube of You that we may be running a little late. I had a conference call that unfortunately ran a little long, so I've just gotten myself off it, and here we are now. So let's see who's been waiting.
If there's anybody still hanging out, it was really funny because I said to him, "Don't worry, I'll start today," because we take turns saying Good Monday.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
I did.
right.
I obviously didn't hear that bit then.
He's a bit out of sorts.
But
I think he just hasn't mastered how to be in two places at once yet. So we'll see what's going on.
No. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of people watching us. Thank you for waiting patiently.
Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you for waiting patiently.
He had a different job to pay attention to, and then of course there's issue at the shop, but at least it hasn't taken up the register, so he'll figure out the database issue later. Lots of fun.
Oh gosh, there's a bunch of people here. So hello Gilda, hello Anna, hello Shannon, hello Cassie, hello Carol. Gosh, and hello Helena.
The gang is here. There you go. All right. Welcome everybody.
Welcome. Yes.
So we'll start with a few little announcements because we have a fun bunch of things coming up. So tonight, and it's not too late to sign up, she has extra supplies.
Oh, good.
Tonight is Danny's witch bottle class. Mm-hmm. So she has all these supplies where you would go in and you can make your own little protection jar. There you go. So you put all kinds of different ingredients in there and you charge them up, and then you can use them for home protection or protect any space that you want to, really. Commonly, though, they're put outside the front door where people would have to pass over them to come in, so they couldn't bring nasty things into your home. So
no bad juju.
It's not too late if you want to give the shop a call, 845-255-5756, and sign up for the witch bottle class for tonight. And as you know, we've had the live tea started back up again on Wednesday nights, Witches Tea on Wednesdays. And this coming Wednesday, it's our turn. So if you come to the Witches Tea Party in person on Wednesday night, you'll be stuck with us. So we have some fun group divination planned for Wednesday night's tea.
I have no idea what she's got planned, but I know it's going to be fun because
Sean said, I'm jealous because I can't come to your tea party because
he could.
He can't because that's why we're doing it.
Okay.
Because he was going to do the teas.
Oh, I see. Right then.
Right. And then the other two things I want to talk about aren't starting until July, but as you know,
July's almost
it's going to be July in a second.
It's true.
So Reiki is starting again on July 20th. So start with Reiki 1-1 because we can be in person and we don't have to worry about any creepy oogies. So we can attune people again because that was a big issue.
Yeah, it was sort of like outdoors last time.
And we can do hands-on healing.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to start Reiki on July 20th.
Cool.
And because we have now separated and we're not doing hybrid circles, right? We're having in-person gatherings or Zoom-only gatherings. So we'd like to put it out there to you people who might not live close by, but who would like to come to one of our circles.
Absolutely.
We will be holding the Cancer Holly New Moon, and it's actually going to be on the New Moon Day of July 17th. So if you want that link to be able to join the Zoom circle, that would be really cool. And because, of course, it's Cancer, we will be kind of putting that together with Holly, which is like our little spiritual warrior energy, and we'll be doing some healing work.
Oh, well, it's a great time for healing, isn't it?
Yeah, mind, body, spirit.
It really is.
Not just physical healing. The focus will be on healing overall. So, like, bringing back peace of mind, kind of like mental healing, emotional healing and balancing of our stress and things like that. And some people might be after spiritual healing, looking to kind of soothe over some past things that aren't great that they're still holding on to spiritually. So Healing Mind, Body, Spirit on the 17th. Cancer New Moon, Zoom only if you want to join that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my announcements for today.
Announcements. I love it. Helena, shameless plug. She says, go learn Reiki, guys.
It will change your life.
It's, if everybody had Reiki, just Reiki 1, wouldn't the world be different?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
It really, we talk about it a lot, but it really does give you a coping mechanism. It changes how you understand and look at things, which is one of my things I want to talk about today.
Well, how you look at things.
Right, how you look at things. But no, seriously, you've heard us say before there's a big difference between reacting to something and responding to something. And Reiki really does give you the mechanism to respond and not react. Much harder to have your buttons pushed after you take Reiki. Much harder to force you to be angry or in a bad space. You want a healthy space for yourself and you want a healthy space for others, and you tend to respond. And you've heard us joke and say the dog is barking, so you want to bark back, but instead Reiki makes you want to say, why is the dog barking? What's the matter? How can I help them stop barking?
That's a thought, isn't it? There's a reason for things, making you look at things differently. Oh gosh, everybody's chatting away so much. Hello, Wendy. Savannah, hello, Savannah. She says, oof, I'm late, but I'm here. Hey, you know what?
We were late.
We were. I had a conference call that overran a bit, unfortunately. So such is life.
Reiki is on Thursdays. I can do it. Come on in then. And Carol says she would love the Zoom connection. And Savannah says, learning Reiki completely 1,000 changed my life. It really does. Mm-hmm. Anna, I think it's Thursdays.
It is Thursdays.
Yeah. It's going to be on Thursdays. Mm-hmm. And it really is life-changing.
It's a wonderful thing. It really is. And just like the Wiccan side of things, Lisa's a Reiki snob too.
Yeah. Well, we have really good lineage, and most people don't even tell you what your lineage is, let alone.
What's a lineage?
All right. Anywho, so my topic for today, because we try to have a theme.
Themes are good.
My topic for today is mindfulness.
Mindfulness.
You've heard people talk about mindful breathing, and you've heard that little saying, stop and smell the roses. Right? So I think that because the thing our society seems to be most mindful about is stress.
Well,
might be an idea if we could start thinking about what mindfulness really means, right? Thinking about our thoughts and our reactions and responses to things. Mm-hmm. What does Helena say?
Yeah, Reiki helps build inner strength, definitely, and it changed my life in wonderful ways, and I'm so happy that my intuition led me to find Lisa's shop in 2006.
Wow.
Oh, hey, 2006.
I know. I just can't believe how far away 2000 is from today.
I know. It's 23 years ago.
Right? It doesn't seem possible. Like
we got married in 2000.
I know, but it doesn't seem like it could be a quarter of a century almost away.
I know, it's just
crazy.
It only seems like 5 minutes that we were on the beach in Antigua. It really does.
But yeah, I got my Reiki masters in 1997, and mastered over 700 people.
In multiple countries.
And I just pray that all of them have at least made hundreds of Reiki ones. Even if they haven't gotten to the point of mastering people, I hope they've made hundreds of Reiki ones.
One of the nice things that we did, and it was quite a challenge just to talk about Reiki before you get well and truly into your mindfulness side of things, because Reiki mindfulness.
Reiki creates mindfulness.
It does, just for today, eh? Just for today. I will think of this. I will be mindful of this. But It really is quite amazing. Lisa's got this wonderful lineage, fourth in line to Hawaii Takata, the Grandmaster of Reiki. She'd got all of her training material, because she's very fastidious and keeps everything. So she'd got all of her training material.
And bits and pieces and scribbles and...
I remember when I first came to the store, way, way, way back, making Reiki copies, and this was done with a photocopier, and the copies, obviously, we'd keep the originals, but the copies would get worse.
Yeah.
So at some point, as we move forwards, we decided it would be a good idea to digitize all of this. So we digitized this and we preserved all of her stuff, so it actually forms part of the new Reiki training manual, which is
pictures.
Huge.
The hand placement pictures are of my master's master.
So yeah, they're included. They may not be the most wonderful, pristine quality, but don't worry. There's also pictures of Lisa's hands all over somebody as well. So that's perfect.
But anyway, so yeah, we have a digitized book. So if you did master a long time ago, and you want to come back and sit in on the master's class and get the new manual, there's actually pictures in there of Barbara Weber Ray and Simo and Josie, and like you could prove your lineage.
Yeah, your lineage is documented.
What are they all saying now?
I don't know. Lots and lots of stuff. We say it feels like forever ago. Well, it doesn't. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, time flies at the moment. I have Reiki precepts written out and posted on my fridge. I saw it every morning and every night when I fill my water bottles.
Yep, that's the guide. Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
Get in that space, right?
Helena said that would be awesome. Well,
Right. Well, you'll see it'll be offered when we get closer, because obviously
you don't need to do the whole lot again.
Well, you could if you wanted to,
well,
but if you do the master's classes, the 4 master's classes as a past master, you'll get the new manual that'll be a lot easier for you to teach from, and you'll get a Reiki grid kit that you might not have gotten if you didn't come to master's meetings after, and you'll get the Reiki water ceremony. So we've consolidated master meetings into the master's class, so there's 4 classes now instead of just 2, and you could come and learn how to use the manual and get off on your way to teaching, which is what the whole purpose of mastering people is.
You become a master teacher.
Somebody said to me once, "Why are you mastering so many people? You'll saturate the market." I said, "That's the idea."
Everybody has Reiki 1.
Just because you're... What is it that saying? Just because your flower blooms doesn't mean the next person's can't, or just because the next person's flower blooms doesn't mean you can't. I don't know. I don't know what that one is.
I don't know. It's something like that.
But yeah,
it sounds like some kind of philosophy.
Wish everybody well and get on with it.
It is. Yeah. There's so many people say, "Oh, this is mine, my precious, my precious." Yeah. And that's not the idea with Reiki at all.
Just the idea, I think, is strive to do your best. Be the best human you can be. And try to be aware. I was typing on one of my friend's posts today, and I said, I pray for awareness every day. And I thought, well, it's funny, isn't it? That's what the name of the shop is.
Painfully aware.
Yes. Painfully aware sometimes.
Oh, yes.
All right, so back to mindfulness.
Yes, please.
Part of it is just being able to notice things, right? And that is what we talk about in Reiki as well. Like once you're attuned or connected to things, you'll sit there and you'll be like, look at that beautiful tree. Look at that leaf on the tree. Oh, look, there's a little ladybug on the leaf on that tree, and then the world beeps at you, needs you to move your car ahead, please, and stop looking at the tree. But
that is a bap.
Right. But it's that kind of thing, like beginning to be aware, to be mindful of your surroundings. When we look at all these different cultures and ideas about things, and they say, unclutter your home and you'll unclutter your mind. Well, that's kind of true because...
It is true. It feels great to have a clean desk.
Right? And if you can find what you're looking for, it's a lot less stressful.
I work better with a clean desk.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different cultures, modalities, understandings that all kind of promote this, no joke, cleanliness is next to godliness, but it even that's been corrupted. Right?
Isn't it funny how that it's actually the Department of Mental Health and Hygiene? Mental hygiene.
Right.
My mind's a dirty mess.
But so how do we become mindful? How do we allow ourselves this space for mindfulness? And I think, like anything else, it's practice. Right?
Yeah, I can see that.
I grew up with my brother Kenny, who we used to tease he was Ken the anti-Zen.
Kind of.
Because the concept of Zen is to be very mindful of the now.
Savor the bite you have.
Not
in
worry
your
about the
mouth.
past, not worry about the present, but be mindful. But the future, but be mindful of the present. Yeah. So
Savor
he would
that
say
bite.
we'd pick him up at 1 o'clock to take him out for a ride and ice cream. And he's like, "I'm going to be back for my 4 o'clock meds, right?" I'm like, we haven't left the driveway, Kenny. So he called him Ken the anti-Zen.
It is. It's always about what was coming next.
What was coming next instead of what you have right now. So the next time you have something to eat, pause and be mindful. I mean, it would be great if you could give thanks to those who gave for your sustenance in whatever belief system you have.
Indeed.
But try to be thoughtful about what it took to prepare that food. Try to be thoughtful about the commitment of that food, right? Like the difference between the ham and eggs, the chicken is involved and the ham is committed. The pig is committed, right? And when you take the bite, allow yourself to really taste it. So many of us are in this place where we're so stressed out, we barely have time to prepare our food, let alone eat our food. Or we're having a sandwich at the red light because we don't have time for lunch.
That's so true. We eat standing up and running. Sandwich hanging out of our gob. It's so bad for you.
So try to be mindful of that bite and what went into it and how it tastes, and where on your tongue you can taste it, that kind of thing. Do stop and smell the roses. Take time to be aware of the scents around you just right now. Maybe there's some really wonderful things. Maybe you have some flowers in your home or essential oils or incense or a nice candle burning. Or maybe there are some scents that aren't exactly your favorites that you can smell, All of the senses involve all of the senses. I think in one of my book reviews, I did a review of Self-Initiation into the Golden Dawn by the Ciceros. And in there's a whole chapter on awakening the sixth sense by practicing using your other senses, right? So what can you hear right now? You can hear us speaking. But is there anything else going on in your home that you're aware of? Is there anything going on outside of your space that you're aware of? Maybe you can hear the rain or traffic. So that's how to build your awareness, is by listening, tasting, smelling, seeing, right? You're looking at your phone or your computer screen, but what's in your peripheral vision? What can you see to the side of you? And how far to the side of you are you aware? Or if you close your eyes, what can you see with your mind's eye? Can you see color, or do you think in images, or is there just a sense or feeling, right? So your five senses touch. Practice being mindful when you get dressed.
Oh, yeah.
Can you feel your socks on your feet? If you have them on, can you feel your clothes on your body? Like right now, if I really pause, I could see in the video that I have my glasses on my head. But if I thought about it, I can feel them there. Be mindful that they're there. So when I lose them, then I'll know that they're really on my head. But if you stop and pause enough, can you feel the jewelry on your body? Can you feel your watch?
I do.
So mindfulness is a practice, and bringing all of the senses together to awaken that sixth sense. And I think that if we allow ourselves just those few seconds of space for awareness, things might go better.
Curiously enough, that is part and parcel of our magical training, isn't it? That we do. We actually have people focus on each one of the senses one at a time for a protracted period. Like this week or this month, we're going to focus on this, because by attuning each of your regular senses, by being cognizant of them, because that's the trouble. So much goes by in the blink of an eye. And we don't pay attention. You look, but you do not observe. Mm-hmm. And one of the things about, learning to lead a magical life is observing. And you have to observe yourself as well.
Well,
and
we're just all on autopilot.
Yeah.
The zombie apocalypse really is now.
It's true. So observe and think about how you think about things. It really is. It's like you then elevate yourself to the next step up. You're not just like head down, functioning and throwing off all sorts of crap all over the place, but you are actually living and being mindful of what it is that you're doing. Mm-hmm. And this mindfulness, it's so, you had the word, he's absent-minded, He's not mindful. He's just like, why did you do it? You put your glass down before you'd actually got it over the table.
Or you didn't put a coaster underneath and now you have a bigger spot to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
So this mindfulness, lots of people chiming in.
Helena Rose, that would be awesome. We'll call and get your name on the list, and we'll call you when we get closer to Reiki Masters. Savannah says, I literally just told my grandson this morning, he's 18, to declutter his room and his truck to help with anxiety and mental health. It absolutely is true. If you know where things are and you can find them, you're much less worried about meeting deadlines and forgetting something, right? Going to work without something because you couldn't find it, or assuming it's in a place and it's not there. And it's not necessarily the decluttering is going to make you spiritual.
No.
But it's going to give you time to get in a mindful space, right?
Make it easier.
If you get in good habits, you're going to make your bed every morning. Then when you are exhausted at the end of the day,
you don't have to
you can get into a nice bed. Mm-hmm. Right? But if you just ran out, jumped in the shower, ran to work, you came home, you had all these chores to do, blah, blah, blah. Now you're exhausted and it's time to go to bed. And the bed is just like a wrinkled blob, mixed up mess. You've got to force yourself to either take care of it then or sleep in a mixed up mess, and you're not going to have a very restful night.
Oh, you don't,
so,
do you?
It kind of, if we allow this awareness, this mindfulness, this peacefulness, this connectedness to filter through into all of our life, we become a gentler person with a much more peaceful existence and a way forward to be more kind to other folks.
And kind to yourself as well. Yeah. It's a wonderful antidote for depression and anxiety. It's like, if you think about it, I mean, me, I got 101 things to do, and there's nothing more frustrating when I set to do something. Say, I need, where the hell is it? Where is this thing that I need?
And it's taken up your time.
And you start your job frustrated and late but now I have a toolbox.
Right.
And my tools are in my toolbox. And if I believe it, I know where my 10mm sockets and wrenches are.
There you go.
So
Savannah says it's so funny how you guys literally say something word for word every week that just comes up for me. It's the planetary cycles of things. And Anna says, I ate my lunch during Magical Monday. And Savannah says, I ate my breakfast. There you go.
Hey, whatever time works for you. It's we all have our own little microcosms, don't we? I love it. Oh, it's too good. Hello, Anna Marie. Welcome. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful you.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. So isn't that nice?
So another good thing to do to help put yourself in the practice of mindfulness, right? Because we've talked about being mindful of what you see and what you're looking at directly and what's in your peripheral vision and making yourself aware. We've talked about being mindful of all of the different smells, the ones that are close to you and further away. We've talked about tasting your food and pausing before you just, swallow it down and run away. And we've talked about trying to be mindful of what you can hear. Right? And we've talked about mindful of touch. So if you're also looking for something like beyond that, meditating on words is a fascinating cycle.
On words, eh?
Right? I don't know if some of you were remember, like, we used to have a thing that was word of the day.
Word of the day? You have word of the reading, don't you, quite often?
Oh, yeah, I do that.
You'll pull out like a word for somebody straight off.
But word of the day, even I think, comes up on Apple computers.
Oh, it's one of the screensavers.
Right?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So there's
that is
this
true.
word of the day, and it'll be,
Yeah.
one word with a little dictionary meaning. But if you get in the habit of just taking any simple word, the simplest word, and thinking about what it really means, or its etymology, or how it grew to be that word, that's a great way to become mindful. So yesterday in the Chakra Crystal Energy Clinician course, we were talking about circle. And we were saying that, what is a circle? Okay, it could be a flat representation of a sphere. But circle could mean so many things when we start to think about it, right? It could mean your tribe. It could mean energy. It could mean how you contain something. There's many different ways you could think about just that word. And I'm not saying that English is horrible. It's a valid language. It's a universal language. But we have lost so many of the concepts for the words.
Yes.
Right? So that's why when people try to learn a different language, like one of the more Romance languages or Latin or any other language, we don't get it.
Well, we try.
Because there's concepts that go with words that we've lost.
Certain languages, particularly like Welsh, Hindi as well. A lot of words are conceptual rather than just descriptive. There's a massive whole thing to it,
well,
isn't
what does the word concept mean?
Concept.
Concept.
Together with like inception, beginning of something, beginning of an idea. So concept is like maybe a conjugation of thoughts.
That circle again. Right? All these things, they have like pagan, a con.
You know what? Conference. Confer. To confer. To seek advice, look at this. Here's one of those things, though. This is something I've noticed that Lisa and I have been very much doing since we've got further in the path, and getting exposed to languages that are not native of our tongue.
Right, when you're looking
start to think
to
about
another
things.
culture for a understanding of a concept or understanding of a deity, or how there are kind of parallel deities. We are certainly not saying that just because this is the goddess of healing, that every single goddess of healing is the same goddess. But we like to look at the concept around the different cultures, goddesses of a specific thing.
Right.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, not at all. Not at all. And it's interesting that you start to dig into, you start to think about, because you're approaching the language from the outside, it's not native to you. It's not something that
Your
are
mother tongue.
overly familiar with. So you start to look for parallels and similarities, perhaps in words, and you see from the outside, you see with a different perspective. I'll give you an example. Then what we do is we bring that back to English, because then it starts to get really, really, really interesting. We'll take the word hello. You ever thought about that for a minute? What does hello mean? We just, oh, hello, hello, we're just saying hello, hi to somebody, hello.
And then, but hi. Both, you can see the connection in those words.
But let's get back to hello before I go off on my tangent and completely lose it.
No, you go ahead.
So let's look at the etymology of the word. We have to break it down into its parts. It's a greeting. So what would you do when you greet somebody, When you greet somebody. And we look at the root of the word hello, which is hell.
And
hell? Oh, what are we wishing somebody hell? I wish hell for you. No. But hold on a minute. We've forgotten what hell actually means. Hell means light. Light. And you've got to look to other languages outside of English to corroborate that. For example, hela in Finnish is one of the biggest lamp manufacturers. So named because hell itself, H-E-L-L, means light.
Well, think about these other greetings now. Namaste.
See, Helena says light. There you go.
Anna's saying, mash the like button. Thank you, Anna.
Oh, yeah, if you would, because there's a bunch of you watching, and that's disparate. So
Namaste.
Namaste
is a greeting that means the God in me recognizes the God in you. So, light, deity, spirit, high. You want to be high on the tree, right? To receive the light. And, there's a Jewish letter high as well.
It's all fascinating if you only look. What if we just say, oh, hell? Instead when we see someone, hell.
Hell. Well, we say hail.
That's a different thing.
I don't mean hail Hitler. I mean like all hail.
No, that's heil. But that is
I'm
German
just clarifying because we've had
hail,
this question before.
All hail. It's interesting, yeah. Namaste is my favourite word ever. Oh, I bet there'll be more. Yeah. There's wonderful words.
Oh, there's wonderful words.
Words are wonderful things.
Yeah, but I mean, just think about that. We've had a lot of thinking about these kind of things because of the work we're doing with our tarot deck too.
Oh my goodness!
Like we're translating ancient Arabic.
Well, we're not.
But a friend of ours is helping us.
Somebody who is helping us, so that's all right.
But we still would. Funny enough, here's an expression. We don't want to just take his word for it. We don't want to just take his word for it. We want to understand how he got from there to there. So we're doing a lot of thinking.
It's interesting. Helene says, in the South, someone may say all right as a greeting. Subculture and cultural greetings are interesting too.
Yeah.
And also in the north of England, Yuri.
Yuri?
Yuri thee. Aye, I'm all right.
Well, what is right?
Are you all right?
Are you all right? The right side of the tree is the light side.
But are you good and proper? Is everything in order? That's an interesting thing. How you doing? Well, you really want to know? This could take a while.
No, I'm just saying that
mindfulness.
That's mindfulness, right?
Just thinking about words.
Just being part of this discussion is gotten you thinking about how you're going to go forward today and be mindful. You're going to run across a word and you're going to say, wait a minute. I want to think about why that word is similar to that other word, or how this word is used in a different culture. Why do we have this word? It's going to happen. I know.
Danger.
Today you're going to run across a word and you're going to think about it.
We're introducing you to this concept known as critical thinking. It's frowned upon by some. But we often say that is it Wicca is the thinking person's religion.
It is.
Yeah. Because it does require thought. You are required to think.
You are required to be mindful and responsible for your actions.
That is true.
Actions, thoughts, and words.
That is so true, because you can't blame somebody else for it, and ignorance is no defense. So mindfulness is good. I love it. And this is like we're talking about things, and you don't realise was it Pink Floyd? I can't remember. The Delicate Sound of Thunder. I think it was Pink Floyd, but
it's out there. We're not going
be.
to have to water the garden again today.
If you really, really listen to a thunderclap, it is quite delicate and nuanced, the way it rolls around and reflects. And you can see the valleys and troughs, you know, and the peaks and troughs are rather than, you know.
Well, yeah, listen with your mind closed and follow that
You
sound.
can, where it rumbles and where it reflects to. And even that arc, that crack, you know, where it's very sharp, it's not an instant bang. It's like when you listen to it, you can actually almost like hear the air heated and torn apart, so to speak. It's yeah, there's so much there if we'll slow down and take a look, or listen, or taste, or breathe, smell.
Right. Mindful breathing, mindful eating.
Yeah, mindfulness. It is.
Take a section. Here's a good exercise, I guess I'll call it. Maybe you have a favorite TV show, and watch your episode to just watch it in its the way you would normally watch it, right? You're watching this character do that, you're watching this, you're watching that. Then go back and watch at least part of that episode again by only paying attention to what's in the background.
Oh gosh.
Right? So you've
The subtle
already
clues,
you've already seen the characters interacting, and you've already got your story. You're not going to miss anything. But go back and watch that episode or part of it and only pay attention to what's in the background. Like right now, you could start to look around our space. Oh, there's a candle burning. There's some crystals. I can see a pentacle and sign for tarot. And what kind of curtains are they? And what's on those shelves in the background? Oh, there's a lava lamp up above. So that's not living a distracted life, because you've already watched the episode for its meaning, right? You've already listened to the part of the story you need to listen to. You've already taken your mental notes. You're aware of what's going on in that episode and what the characters are doing. But go back and look at the set and look at what's in the background and look at what's supporting the energy of what the actors are doing. Or go back and watch it with no sound.
Wow.
Do those characters create the same feeling for you without dramatic music or without hearing the inflection in their voice? You know, how many times have you gotten a text from somebody and you hear it completely differently from the way they've said it because you can't hear the intention? So
yeah, that's subtle inflections, you know, because there's like you were right, I was wrong, I should apologize. You were right, I was wrong, I should apologize. Or you were right, I was wrong, I should apologize. Inflection, same words.
Right.
But if you got that in a text,
you can hear it different from why they said it. But again, if we work on our mindfulness, we'll be able to have those two perspectives. We'll be able to say, oh, I know so-and-so, so I know that they're not meaning me any harm by saying this. This is what they've really meant. But I'm just trying to say, like, living aware really is more comfortable, even though sometimes you're painfully aware. But living aware helps you to reason things out and be a little more logical. It's the balance to the spiritual, you know? Cause and effect is easier to understand.
Yes, and correlation and causation. It's interesting, though. I mean, that's one of the things that the so-called scientific people who like to poo-poo astrology say. You cannot demonstrate causation. No, but you've got enough empirical evidence to point out a definite correlation. And, you know, that's if evidence points that when you drop a cup it shatters, it's best not to drop the cup and test it for yourself.
It doesn't matter
isn't it?
whether you believe in gravity or not. I said that yesterday too. It doesn't matter whether you believe in gravity or not. It's there.
It's fascinating though. But I just love the concept of being mindful. And I have to say, being on the path, that is the one thing that I
brought you
most
to your
appreciate.
mindfulness,
Yeah, mindfulness. And just things like watching the shadows. I've watched them, recede up until a couple of 3 days ago, and now they've stood still for 3 days. But now I bet you, although it's been cloudy for the last couple of days,
start to watch
we're
going
to watch them getting longer now. So as the sun begins its march back along the ecliptic, until we get to the shortest day, mid-December. It's only 6 months away.
Crazy.
It's just boom.
This year.
Because this is our 26th episode. We've been
Midway,
doing this
half a year.
Half a year we've been doing this. So if you haven't yet mashed the like button, would you please do that?
Oh, we best get on now.
Would you just do it now? Do it now.
We had Gilda.
We got a ton of people that we have to do cards for because we'll be out of time if we do.
All right.
I started low. Let's go to the beginning. So Gilda, Anna, Shannon, Cass, Carol, Helena, Savannah.
Slow down. Gilda, Anna, Savannah, Cass, Carol,
Anna, Helena.
Okay.
I think that's the order we're in.
Okay.
Everybody else is
I wrote
not a
as quick as I
member.
could.
No, that's the order.
That's our channel
That's
members.
the order. That's
All
our
right.
channel members. So, if you're not a channel member,
Since
maybe
we
you'd
only
like to
have
become
10 minutes and we have 9 people,
You're going for
I'm
it.
going to do them.
She's going to go for it.
Because
I witter. As she will say, I witter. I witter too much.
I know you feel you got cheated out of a little bit of time today, and I'm really sorry. It's just the way things are. Crazy is as crazy
But
does.
I cannot complain because I actually had a very productive meeting. But I think that's because I was mindful before we got into this to be mindful of what my objective was, what
And
we're
try
trying
to
to
guide
achieve,
the-
and try to make sure that we got there and didn't get involved in a broiling match.
All right. We're at Mama Lisa's speed reading.
Speed reading. Notepads out. Here we go.
All
Off
right.
to we jolly well go.
Gilda. Oh, it broke right here, Gilda.
Hello.
The Empress.
That'll do.
Now, obviously, we know the Empress card is about mothering on the surface. But I feel like this is something very personal for you, Gilda, about like being very pregnant with an idea, being very fertile and productive in the mind. There's something you want to give birth to. There's something you want to start anew. And the only way to do that is just jump in and do it. So pull up your strength, pull the idea forward, and birth it. All right, so that's Gilda. Next we have Anna twice.
Sorry.
Okay, so Gilda, Anna. Okay.
It's all my fault.
Anna. The Soulmates card, the Lovers.
That'll do you.
I want to say that this is really coming through to me as kind of a communication between people. You'll see there's this caduceus, but that always kind of reminds me of Mercury. And I feel like there's an offering or an opening with emotional communication, communication on a deeper level, and finding that understanding. I know you're twitching. If you can jump in if you want.
It's cool. No, it's cool. It's totally
All
cool.
right. Shannon. Shannon, time to invest in yourself. All right? You give a lot of your time and effort and energy to your friends and loved ones, and that's wonderful. But don't forget, you can also ask for help for you. So if there's something that you would like assistance with, time to invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to ask.
Quite so.
Cass. Oh, now people look at this and are like, oh my gosh, what's he doing? He's covered in golden light and he's meditating. And he's meditating with his hands over his heart center in a prayer position. So this is about bringing in a wealth of knowledge, right? We see gold as something very valuable. This is bringing back that light into your heart center, contemplating on bringing in that energy. And when we look really, really closely on this card, there's a tiny little fox's head. And that's like remembering your craftiness and remembering your abilities to do things. Because I think sometimes we forget who we really are, and we forget how much we're capable of. So take a little bit of time to meditate and call back to your heart, your true self.
Ancestral wisdom as well, I think, is included in that card, definitely.
Carol.
What are we looking at? Well, I know what the card
Carol,
is.
there's a bridge over here. So there is a way. Where there's a witch, there's a way. So even though some things might have gone by, spilled out, and you feel they're lost, you are protected because you're wearing this shield. This, we look at this card at first and we think, oh, man, he's wearing black. He's in a bad space. He's protecting himself and protecting that which he still holds dear. So I feel like you're going to be able to let bygones be bygones, and I feel like there's some kind of forgiveness or ability to know that you are protected and move forward and bridge that gap, and just get on with things the way you want to. Anna says, a fox's head. I swear I learn something all the time.
I love that.
All right, Anna.
That 5 of Cups. Go on.
Anna, I would like you to meditate with the 5 of Cups and the Queen of Wands.
Fascinating, Captain.
And see if you can find another fox.
That's the 4 of Swords, not the 5 of Cups.
Oh, the 4 of Cups. I'm sorry.
4 of Swords.
Swords. The 4 of Swords. Jesus Christ. I don't think that deity is going to help us at all.
I'm not sure he
The
read.
4 of Swords and the Queen of Wands. And this card is for Helena. Oh, my fellow Aquarian. You have the star card, my fellow Aquarian. This Aquarian card. Helena and I not only are both Aquarians, we have the same birthday. So this is about hope for the future. And I learned from an amazing goddess called Alenrod that this is not a phoenix in the tree. It's a cygnet. It's a goose.
Swan, baby swan.
A baby... Oh, I'm so sorry. A baby swan. So, swan's medicine is a very Aquarian medicine. So I don't have time to go into all that, but I would like, if you have animals speak, or you have a way to look up what swan means, I think it's very important for you for finding your hope and moving forward. All right.
Plowed through them in record time,
What do we got
didn't you?
here?
Lots
4
of
of Swords and Queen of Wands will do. You will be fascinated. The cards that are connected, we don't notice.
There's so many.
Pamela Coleman Smith,
just
man,
like
she-
the Mabinogi, there's so much interlacing.
The Mabinogi's even in the cards.
Oh, the Mabinogi's in the cards. There's so much interlacing.
Because they're concepts, right?
Well-
The cards are a language and concepts, and where'd the other card go now?
It's where you left it last.
It's right where I left it.
It's right where there you go. Yep.
There we are. I would love for you to have a look at these. Oh, look, the Ace of Cups is upside down. What's that?
What you don't want that about? Well, actually, that's so telling, the Ace of Cups, because Pamela drew an extra stream there.
I dreamed of a swan recently.
Oh,
well.
hello.
Well,
Hello.
you just get on there. All right, so if you don't have a huge deck, it's going to be like Where's Waldo. But
She's going to
just
show you where they
taking
are.
any 2 cards and looking at them together and seeing what they might have in common is a cool thing. All right, folks.
All right.
So
Is that it? Is that you just done now then, are you?
Well, I like to drop rabbit hole entrances and then run away.
Throw the mic to the floor and run away.
But seriously, Danny's class is tonight.
Yeah.
Come on out and make a witch bottle. You can't go wrong. It's a great price and there's room left. We're going to be on for Wednesday night's tea, so come out and have tea. And we're going to do some cool, fun group divination.
Mm-hmm.
Reiki starts July 20th. Sign up because the seats are limited. We will only I can only attune so many people at once.
Yeah, it gets unrealistic beyond a certain
And get that Zoom circle link if you want to come
hit us up with a PM or whatever and we'll hook you up with the link.
Monday night, the 17th of July for the Cancer New Moon Healing Energy.
Wait, did I miss mine? Did you? No.
Oh! Did I? No, I must have skipped Savannah. I think what happened is we wrote Anna twice and skipped Savannah. I'm sorry.
We wrote Anna. I would just say, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Oh. Maybe this is why I skipped you, Savannah. No kidding. Savannah, I think this is about dealing. Dealing with it. Right? These 10 swords are the spheres on the tree.
Oh, give that one away. Look how they're arranged.
And the 10 swords are down the spine. And I know that our spine is a very sacred space in our personal physical body. Right? Our spine is like our chimney. It's where we hold all of our chakra energy, just in front of the spine. And I think that this card is trying to say, Spirit recognizes that you are effing dealing with everything. Not just dealing with coming out of the anesthesia and the pain and all of that, but the disruption to your spiritual body. So for you, I would really suggest a chakra cleansing and clearing and like rebalancing. You know, you could do it for yourself. I know you have all your crystals and things like that. Or maybe you know somebody that could help guide you through it. Or maybe you have the chakra crystal guided meditation. But I feel like this is not necessarily a death card for you. I think it's about Spirit saying, oh my God, girl, I know you're dealing with all this shit. And you could deal better if you reset your energy.
Oh, I want to add a couple of things. Chuck me that card before you throw it away.
Sorry.
See if I can, because first off, it's always darkest before dawn, as they say, but it's not, because the light is actually starting to break. And there's always hope. There's hope here. The fingers are crossed. So I feel that, you know, things have been very, very challenging, and I think you feel quite on through, perhaps, putting it bluntly. But it's okay, you know. It's okay. You're on the mend, and a lot of the stuff that was holding you back is, curiously enough, fixed. It's just takes a while for the repair to fully take hold, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So this is actually more positive than you think it is. It don't feel
she's saying
very...
her spine is what she's dealing with. But there's a reason for everything. And again, if we work mind, body, and spirit together, so if we work on our spiritual energy and our emotional energy, our chakra centers, we can hopefully lessen the pain in our physical body. All right, folks. We really got to go now.
We do.
Off to the races.
Thank you so very much for your kind attentions. If you haven't mashed the like button, please do. Please share this video with all of your friends, especially if you're on the sweep team, because that's part of your gig.
And please come see us Wednesday night. We'll be looking forward to some people for tea. And if you come, bring your own cup or mug.
Thank you. Yes, because we
have tons of tea and all kinds of things, but we'd love for you...
If you completely forget, we do know a store that sells these cunning cauldron mugs.
Oh dear. But we'd like for you to bring your mug along.
Yeah, but there you go.
What's it say?
All right, what's we
Much
say?
of my
Much
spine
mine
has
been
been
replaced with metal. Oh dear, yeah.
Ah.
I reckon myself daily. That's exactly what my neurologist says to.
Yeah.
Will just take a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you can
it's going to take time.
Speed it along with rocks.
It's good. It's good. All right. So perfect.
All right.
Let us go forth, come
Peace,
fifth, and win a cup.
See you soon.
All right. Be well. Bye.
Bye.